Hey guys, Corey here with a Hip Kit Club scrapbook process video for you. Today, actually, I'm doing a product focus and I'm going to be working with the cool little tags that came in this month's color kit along with the Nuvo embellishment mousse. So those are the two things that I'm going to be doing. So my whole idea for this page was to have this photo and then to do like one of those banner things across the bottom. So I was going to use like all the these different little tags and stuff like that. Ooh, excuse me, to get this banner done. And it ends up not turning out that way at all, but that's totally fine. You know, things happen like that. So, um, and I don't end up using all of these banner pieces that I'm working with right now because I don't do the banner, but it's okay. So it's all fine. So, what I did is I basically just like took these tags that I liked. I cut some of them out, ones that had a bunch of words on them. And just did like little phrases. So they're more like, you know, phrase strips and stuff like that. I like that. I liked how it looked. I didn't want to use like a huge tag or anything on my page. And then what I'm going to do is, because they're basically made out of watercolor paper or mixed media paper, I want to go ahead and get some color on them. So I'm just going to use the mousse, the embellishment mousse, to get some color on these. So I mixed the pink and the yellow together. Those came in the March color kit. That's what I'm working with. And I'm just going to basically get color on all of them. So one of the cool things about this mousse stuff is not only is it kind of dimensional, but you can also mix it with water and it more or less becomes a watercolor paint, which is really neat. So that's kind of how I'm using it today. This one little tag, I'm actually going to use the stamp set and a little bit of embossing powder and just put a little hearts on there so that I can paint over those and have the hearts on the little tag. You can't really see it in the video, and I actually end up not even using that tag on this page. Now I did save it for later, but I didn't use it on this page because it was facing the wrong direction. You'll see that when I change all of this, well, when I start putting this page together. So the name of this page is going to be When Things Were Normal, and it's just kind of, the photo that I'm using is just kind of a funny photo of two of my girls and my husband. It's when we were in Florida over February break. We were out and we were just goofing around, and there was like a parade and everything else in the little town that's nearby where we stay, and they were just goofing off, and it's just a funny picture that I had on my phone. But I felt like when I was looking back through all the different pictures that were options, it just really, I don't know, like looking at it, I was just like, I have to scrapbook that picture. Basically, because I feel like it is our normal, and except for right now, it is the exact opposite of our normal. So of course we can still act silly and goof around and stuff like that, but we're doing it at home, and quite honestly, there's other things that we have to deal with at home besides being silly right now. The girls are learning from home. They're learning remotely. We've got piano lessons being done remotely. For sports, one of my girls runs track, and she still has to run, but she's supposed to not run with anybody else. So all of the little social distancing things that are going on right now, we're experiencing. And so to be in, this cute little Florida town, goofing off at a parade where there are tons and tons of people that definitely is not our normal right now. So I'm not complaining. It's just facts. It's just different. It's definitely something new, and I'm sure everyone's going to get sick of hearing about it, but I guess it's just the times that we're living in, right? And so that's what we're talking about. So whatever. So this is When Things Were Normal. And so, there you go. I guess it's probably good to kind of document some of these current event type of things. Although I'm not going to put like the newspaper and stuff in this because that, I don't know if I want to keep that, but whatever. Documenting it from our family's perspective. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm kind of getting this. I did have to print a second picture because while I was splattering color all over the place, I splattered it right smack dab on my husband's face. So I decided to go ahead and get print off another picture so that I didn't have big pink blop right on him. And then I'm just gonna use this frame and put it behind my photo just for a little extra. I also like the little tag that says people. This is the first page that I'm doing with the March kits. And I don't know what it is, but like the first page I do is almost always my favorite, only because it's kind of like that first time that you're playing with everything. And then when you just have a product focus page where you're just like, oh, I'm going to use this one product and kind of see how it goes, it makes it kind of fun too, because you can still use everything else in the kits, but you want to just actually highlight the thing that you're the product focus for the week. So I don't know. It's all just really fun. I was excited when I got these when I did, because it was like Happy Mail, and it was just as everything was coming down the pipeline of, like the new normal or whatever. And so to get this was like so much fun because it's so happy and springtime and the colors are beautiful and everything else. So, because the colors are so fantastic, I definitely didn't want to have the colors from this photograph because they don't match at all. So I switched it into black and white, and I'm really glad I did because it just really lets like the soft pinks and yellows and the peachy color all kind of like stand out and not be, kind of smushed in with the colors in the photograph. Okay, so now you can see that I have totally laid out my page not with the banner across the bottom. When I started putting it together, and for whatever reason, the banner it just didn't, it wasn't flowing with me. I didn't even get to try it because just looking at the different pieces I had pulled out, I had decided that it was not how I wanted the page to look. So when I started laying things out this way, I really liked it. So then I scrapped the whole idea, obviously, of the banner across the bottom, and I'm just doing these kind of like a framing type of deal around my photograph. I'm still using some cool tags. I really love that vellum stripe tag. That one's just awesome. It's one of my favorite things in the whole kit. Kind of sad that there's only one. And then also I'm using this little vellum rainbow, some chipboard or die cut hearts, some stickers, obviously the little tags that I painted from the color kit are in there. Also using some other different die cuts, layering things on, some stickers, flower stickers, just stuff like that, but like all different things around the photograph, and instead of the banner. I just feel like this is just like kind of, I don't know, it's just a better layout for this. Well, maybe the other one would have been better. I don't know. I didn't even try it, but I'm just really happy with the way that this is coming out. So sorry about the ding. My phone is always like attached to my computer, and so text messages come through. I don't know. I like it and I don't like it, especially when I'm trying to do a voiceover. But anyhow. All right, so now I'm going to do the title, and I decided to do the title on that little vellum tag, when things were normal. So like I kind of threw around some different titles, like when life was normal or different things like that. But it turns out that when things were normal just worked out better. So I'm just going to use these foam thickers are so fantastic. I love the size of them and the font. Like, they're just so cute. I absolutely love them. So and they all fit on this little tag. And then I found the word when in all of the stickers that were there, and it worked out perfect for that too. And then I could just tuck it right up there. I had originally, when I thought I was going to do when life was normal, I was like, oh, maybe there's life on something in the kit, and I had searched and I didn't really find anything that was going to work. So when things were normal worked out great. Now, I was thinking about it, like, thickers on vellum don't necessarily stick really well. So I did just peel that little tag off. Luckily, I hadn't adhered it down like in a huge area, but I was able to get it up and run it through my sewing machine so that I didn't have to worry about the title falling off. And then I just put it right back down and re-adhered it. So I'd ripped some of the paper, but it's underneath, so you can't even see it. So it's not a big deal. So I'm going to use some photo corners and just tuck those underneath, a few more little flower stickers here and there. and just trying to get a few more little embellishments on this page because I still feel like it's a little bit empty, but once everything else gets on there, I really love the way that it looks. So it's kind of funny to me when I look. These are like my favorite colors right here: yellow, pink, and then the combination of yellow and pink that comes out kind of like that little bit of orangey, little bit of peach, depending on how much of the two that you mix together. I just love that, and I feel like I've been using that color, those colors for quite a while now. It must be kind of like my happy place of colors to scrapbook with. It's just kind of funny, but that's okay. Do you guys get into ruts at all of what, like color schemes? I can't to call that a rut though, because it's awesome. So it's not like a rut. It's just routine right now. How about that? We'll call it a routine. My routine of getting of these color schemes. Or maybe I'm just lucky that Hip Kits, that's the colors that are like super in right now because it just really works with the way I'm scrapbooking. So I'm getting the last of these little embellishments on here and there, and then I want to make sure that I get a little bit of journaling on the page, basically just about how this photo is back in February before current events have kind of taken over, and about how normal back then was so good. And of course, we didn't appreciate it at all then until you get to something different. So you guys... Oh, wait, you know what? I did miss this last little piece, and as I thought it was over, I decided to put it down. So here's my page and a few little details. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. Otherwise, until next time, thanks for stopping by.